disbursement by the National Treasury in conjunction with the Controller of Budget. Efforts have been made by the County Assembly to have the sale documents available in May. B. County Fixed Asset Register, so the sufficient disclosure of fixed assets. In particular, the County Executive Committee member is unable to account for motor vehicles KBW 879B, KBW 880B, KBW 8112B, KBW 873B, and KBW 874B, whose current holders, according to the NYAMIRA County Asset Register, are former County Executive Committee members who have office cleared from service. There is an next audit report on financial failure to honor county level financial obligations, possible loss of funds to the Kenya Revenue Authority. The County Executive Committee member has failed to intervene and provide leadership in solving inconvenience to the county, leading to possible loss of funds through penalties. Passing this novel motion to pave way for due and legal process to impeach and remove from office Ms. EMILLY ONGAGA as the NYAMIRA County Executive Committee member for Finance, ICT, and Economic Planning. I beg to move, and now I call upon Judge Abuga to second the motion. Honorable Judge Abuga to second the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to re-emphasize what the leader of minority has said as his last statement. That this is the moment that honorable members must rise to the occasion and assert Assembly constitutional mandate of legislation, oversight, and representation. Honorable Speaker, it is now almost the third quarter of the year, and specifically on development, we are not even 10% that has been quoted. It is 0 for this year. 10% is when you consider the burning bills that have been paid and those related to a different financial year. On the basis of that, Honorable Speaker, I, George Murarabuha, representing the great ward of Ogichora, second this motion.
Thank you. I now propose to pass the motion for removal by impeachment of Ms. EMILLY ONGAGA, Member of County Executive Committee, Department of Finance, ICT, and Economic Planning. The motion is now open for debate. Honorable Leader of Majority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Indeed, honorable members, desperate moments call for desperate action. And Mr. Speaker, sir, we have a standing order in this house that gives us guidelines on how we're supposed to carry ourselves and conduct in terms of debate and our discussion. In this house, we have the majority and we have the minority leaders. But I want to say this. When it comes to situations or somebody trying to sabotage, either or impede, or even stand between our people and service delivery, then that person is not an enemy of the minority, is not an enemy of the majority, is an enemy of this house. From Nyamira, and the leader of majority serving this house currently for that matter, I support.
Thank you. Deputy Leader of Majority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me first of all to thank the Leader Minority. For the first time I've seen him in his right gears, Mr. Speaker. This should be the very first day that I should thank the Leader Minority. And Mr. Speaker, on this, Mr. Speaker, as I've gone through the guidelines that he has given us, the reasons as to why we should impeach the CPA, EMILLY, ONGAGA, Mr. Speaker, and I want to believe for the people of Nyamira, most of the staff, to receive their pay in time, Mr. Speaker, CPA EMILLY ONGAGA must go. For the people of Nyamira, contractors, to be very precise, Mr. Speaker, to be paid in time, EMILLY ONGAGA must go. Mr. Speaker, for us to attain development in time, because I've heard from the second of the motion saying that we've done very nil in terms of development in this last quarter since we joined the Assembly, Mr. Speaker, and if we want to achieve that dream, CPA EMILLY ONGAGA must go, Mr. Speaker. And on those basis, Mr. Speaker, I rise to support as the member of township who was elected through a very massive and vigorous fight to see the right of the House again, Mr. Speaker. I support, and I beg that you should even put a question so that we finish this business and we focus on other important business again, Mr. Speaker.
Amen.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Tuti is the Deputy Minority Leader in this Honorable House. It presents the word of the great Gasima. Honorable Speaker, first and foremost, I want to recommend my leader, the Minority Leader, for coming up with such a motion that this House needs to adopt without fear and favor. Honorable Speaker, sir. Honorable Speaker, I'm a chair of IMPEACH, and I've seen most of the things that are enumerated by the leader of minority, and safe that we invited all members to attend and see, and I'm happy that everybody is aware in this Honorable House that they need services to be given to our great people of Nyamira. Honorable Speaker, sir. Honorable Speaker, sir, without mincing my words, I want to say it's difficult to work with the CEC finance in this county. For one, it's hard to get documents availed to any committee in this Honorable House. You have to undergo, to persuade, beg, as if that is our responsibility, Honorable Speaker, sir. Honorable Speaker, sir, there are many issues that have been raised here in this Honorable House about the performance and the role of absorption as the budget chair has alluded, Honorable Speaker. The absorption is wrong, and as at today, 7 months down the line since the election was over, there is no single project that has been undertaken in my county, Gesima, Honorable Speaker, sir. And for sure, I have heard other corridors and from other ECC members saying that if we don't sit and sing to their tunes, will not receive any single project, Honorable Speaker. And I now intend to believe that this is true, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there are also an issue of taking shortcuts in executing mandates and duties by the CEC. Open favorism by the way she's executing her duties and the way she's making payments to particular people who have given services, Honorable Speaker. I therefore wish that everybody in this Honorable House will concur and agree with this motion that we dispense this as soon as possible. Mr. Speaker, sir, I know everybody will want to speak, but we will want to also to save time so that we have time to peruse over various papers that will be represented to enable this Honorable House to act appropriately and at a very important time. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support.
Thank you. Actually, you have taken most of the time for the other honorable members, so allow them also to take some. Thank you. Honorable Child of Bongi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for this chance to also air my view. We are here because there is a crisis. And factors constant, as my able friend is reminding me here, is that we are not here to receive favors. We are not here to really beg for attention. But we are here this time round not to also act like we are not speaking so that we have a bargaining ground individually. We are here as a united assembly. And I think that's why this time round, I think we don't even need the question. We only need to say that we are in full support of this. And the question comes that at times, when we get equitable resources, equitable allocation from the national government, that is when there is a bargain of let's do this so that you do this. And normally the assembly as an arm gets the least. Yet we have revenue being collected in this county every single month. And we don't receive any share so that we also continue running our activities. So it is disappointing, and with that in mind, I want to support that we should move in one voice and no turning back. We should go together because this issue affects each and every person, whether elected, whether resident.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. It is time indeed to stand and to be counted. Mr. Speaker, it is not about debating. It is not about an individual. It is about the county government of Nyamira, Mr. Speaker. In fact, Mr. Speaker, if a person who has subjected the workers of Nyamira County government, Mr. Speaker, to psychological torture by delaying salaries, by not approving the necessary documents in time, it is EMILLY ONGAGA. Mr. Speaker, actually it is emotional because in January, the workers of Nyamira who are guardians, who are parents, who are sisters supporting their siblings, Mr. Speaker, who are subjected to psychological torture, they were crying all over. No salary, no nothing.